The conflict in Myanmar dominated 2023's first meeting of ASEAN foreign ministers in Jakarta, kicking off Indonesia's chairmanship of the Southeast Asian Bloc, with Indonesia's top diplomat saying that member states had frank discussions on the issue.
Meeting is dedicated to discuss the Myanmar issue in an open, in-depth and frank manner as one family. I briefed the meeting on the Indonesia approaches on Myanmar as chair. For Indonesia, the 5-point of consensus is the main reference to address the Myanmar crisis.
Just days after the junta announced an extension of the emergency rule, the regional bloc faces tough questions about how to handle the crisis, as frustration grows with the junta's lack of progress on a so-called 5-point peace plan they agreed to. Junta leaders have been barred from attending high-level ASEAN meetings, but representation at other events would continue to be discussed.
This plan is very important for ASEAN, in particular the chair, as a guidance to address the situation in Myanmar in a united manner. It shows a strong unity of ASEAN members to implement 5-point of consensus.
Indonesia also plans to intensify talks with China and other Southeast Asian countries to finalize a code of conduct for the disputed South China Sea amid escalating tensions in the strategic waterway. Negotiations on the code of conduct have stalled for years as some member states prioritized bilateral ties with China over a regional consensus.
We discussed also about the COC. Commitment of members to conclude the negotiation of the COC as soon as possible is obvious, bearing in mind the need to have a substantive, effective and actionable COC. Members are also committed to promote implementation of DOC. Indonesia is ready to host more rounds of the COC negotiation this year.
ASEAN members, Vietnam, the Philippines, Malaysia and Brunei all have overlapping claims with China in the strategic waterway. Indonesia is preparing to host a round of negotiations on the code of conduct this year, with the first round scheduled to take place in March.